General Oadius. We got Dawn of War, multiple objectives. We got 5 objectives. We're playing Wolf Brothers Space Wolf today, which we haven't seen on the table for a while, so that's actually kind of cool. Versus Oadius's Garden List, which you guys love. Back here, what do you got? Mephiston's hiding in the corner behind this objective. This is one objective. We've got our second objective. Is the third one behind the little Rune Priest Rhino. Fourth. Fifth little Blood Legion totem right there. And then I guess besides Mephiston, the rest of the Blood Legion army is off the board, but coming in, or it's all in reserve?
It's sort of befitting but the way it's reserved is it's walking.
So everything's coming in first turn. Dawn of War reserve.
Everything that's in reserve is...
Oh, okay. So he's in real reserve with everything. The Space Wolf army has Rune Priest with he's a Master Rune Priest. He's got Tempest and Lightning. Oh, I need to put down some choosers. I have 2 choosers. Sorry, doesn't matter though. And what do we got here? We got this one Rhino with Rune Priest. We got another Rhino with a Rune Priest. Then we got 6 Razorbacks. 3 of them are for Long Fangs. The other 3 are for Grey Hunters. Then I got a unit of Scouts that are outflanking. So that's what we got going on. Oadius wanted to roll off. He's making me go first. So I put this guy down. And he's got Mephiston over there. So that's the game. See what happens.
Except for Dante, they're
into the bottom of turn 1, which there's not going to be a lot going on in bottom of turn 1, but Space Wolf turn was really, dynamic because the whole army drove on. We had the Rune Priest in the middle, drive up about 8 because he had to drive around the piece of terrain, so I didn't drive through it to get immobilized. But and I popped off the Tempest, so we've got Tempest, difficult terrain, dangerous terrain, bubble out of the yellow Rhino there. We got 2 choosers. This is the chooser that goes with the red Rhino, and then we got another chooser in the middle that goes with the yellow Rhino. So that's what we got going on. And then on down the line here, we got gold Long Fangs, we got the silver Long Fangs, we got the Grey Hunter unit with plasma gun, we got the Rune Priest Grey Hunter unit with melt gun and a power weapon. Same thing, except for he doesn't cast 2 powers. Master of Runes. Next to him, we got another Grey Hunter unit with plasma gun, and then another Grey Hunter unit with plasma gun. That's supposed to be a Razorback. Ran out of turrets somehow today. And then on the far left here, this is empty Long Fang Razorback because the red Long Fangs jumped down and ran into the train there. So that's our deployment against the Garden List, basically. 1 Long Fangs are out, so I can take some pot shots at the Storm Raven or the Baal Predator or something. The rest of them are in there so that Dante doesn't have easy targets to just melt off the board. Because, I don't mind if he wants to drop down with Dante and open up these Long Fangs, then I could shoot at him. So that's what's going on. Ended my turn there, and then pretty sure Oadius' turn is over now, too. He scooted Mephiston like
4
or 5 inches. He ran past the window there. Which I don't know. Can we get an angle on him over here? Oh, there's a little angle.
Now he's closer to the scout.
So he gave me a couple inches over here for shooting at him. So there's turn 1, going into turn 2, Space Wolves. Bottom of turn 2, General Oadius got his Storm Raven in with Death Company, and nothing else. Oh, no base today. He's screwing around.
I'm magnetizing it.
So anyways, that's all I got in. He rolled for Predator, Assault Squad and a Rhino, Assault Squad walking, Sanguinary Guard. The Storm Raven has Death Company, Lamarte's, and Death Company Dreadnought. And then hiding back behind this building talking Shakespeare nonsense is Mephiston. And, Space Wolf turn 2 basically dropped another unit of Long Fangs out here in the middle and ran them. The other unit over here is in this terrain piece. Rune Priest, the Master of Runes, is up in the very middle of the board there. And we got the Tempest on, which...
did you Tempest here?
No, Tempest is this guy.
Alright, we're just out here.
This guy's got Jaws and Lightning. And then, my Scouts came in on turn 2, so I brought him in over here to try and... I thought I was kind of screening him from Dante, but I guess it ended up baiting the fucking Death Company, which, whatever. It's like I'm fighting against some Dark Elder with 3+ saves. It's really ridiculous. Oh, yeah. He's walking around with a 600-point unit back there. So there we go. It's the bottom of turn 2, and, Oadius doesn't have a lot to do. So going into 3 real soon. Okay, end of turn 2. We're going on to turn 3. Storm Raven shot its assault cannon, killed a scout, and Mephiston jumped out over here. No problem with dangerous terrain, but like a 2-inch fleet and like a 2-inch charge. So Mephiston has great luck against me. So that's what we got going on. Turn 3, Space Wolf turn. No reserves. Gonna shoot at Mephiston and shoot at that fucking Stormraven. Going into the bottom of turn 3, you know, Mephiston ran over here and stood on top of this piece of terrain. So I shot him with, you know, 3 Razorbacks and both Rune Priests and gave him 2 wounds. Oh, I also shot him with 3 missile launchers there in the middle that could see him. And put 2 wounds on him, so it wasn't really great. Yeah. And then, what else did we do? Oh, we shot down the freaking Stormraven. Yep. I shot like 3 las cannons at it, and the third one dropped him. Yep. Through cover, dropped him with a wreck. And then scouts ran, little Grey Hunter guys got out of the other rhino, ran. And that's really it. So, Tempest is up, and it's Oadius' turn. This is the bottom turn 3. Blood Angels. So Mephiston jumped off his little, his pedestal there.
Missed his plasma gun.
Missed with his plasma gun, and then blew this thing up with his monstrous creature strength 10 attacks, whatever that's called. The guys failed their pinning check, but then they made their wounds, you know, rally check, because 2 guys died out of that explosion. Which 2 out of 6, yeah. So that's what happened there. Over here, the Sanguinary Guard and Dante dropped in. Not exactly just out of range of the bubble over here, but I think that's kind of what was going on.
Yeah, it was about 4
as Odie starts to, you know, circle and threaten, etc. And then, you know, the Death Company that jumped out of the Stormraven and the Death Company Dreadnought just, you know, raged towards this Razorback, this empty, immobilized Razorback, and fleeted. Do they fleet?
No, they can't.
Just the Dreadnought. So the Dreadnought fleeted like 2 or something, 1, and then he couldn't make his charge. Well, what did you roll? Like, he rolled like 2 inches for his charge anyways, but he might have been outside of 6 inches when he did that. The Death Company made their charge no problem and freaking blew it up with no problem. And did you take a wound? Like Lamartes took a wound? Nobody. He had feel no pain.
I wanted him to take it.
Lamartes had feel no pain, and Odie wants him to take a wound because he gets supercharged. And that's it. You know, he dropped in, and I blew up his freaking Stormraven. And Mephiston killed the Razorback. So I'm down 2 Razorbacks and a couple long things. And I think that's really it. He's down a Stormraven and a couple wounds on Mephiston. So,
Even Steven.
Fucking here comes the garden list. Alright, here we go. Going into the bottom turn 4, everyone. Space Wolf's turn 4 was pretty abysmal, really, as far as the shooting goes. For a Space Wolf player, I hit him with all sorts of stuff. I shot all sorts of lasers and plasmas and lightning and bolters and melta missiles, and then I rolled all sorts of 1s to wound on Mephiston, on the freaking Dreadnought, on the guys here, the Death Company. So I didn't do much. I eventually blew up the freaking Dreadnought with a melta shot here, which was really great. But everything else pretty much bounced off, except for I put a wound on Lamartes, and that's it. I'm pretty sure. Plasma dropped into Lamartes from like this little Grey Hunter squad over here, but and I blew up the Death Company Dreadnought. Besides that, everything else just bounced off. And Odie didn't make any freaking cover saves. He didn't have to. I didn't wound. So that's it. You know, we got Tempest up. Odie's over here jumping around his Sanguinary Guard. Well, actually, I don't think he jumped him. Maybe he did.
I did.
But he's trying to stay outside of the Tempest.
Yeah. I jumped Mephiston in, or Donnie's, and I rolled out.
So that's what he's doing over here. We got Death Company. You know, they're gonna have to rage away from the freaking objectives. Is kind of the idea there, and into those long things, which it's turn 4, so that's gonna probably help as far as that goes. But we got the Sanguinary Guard going over there, going after the middle objective. So I think my plan is to take his objectives for now, or something like that. Because I pushed far enough across the board in the first couple turns that I can definitely threaten both of his objectives. Probably, but he's got a little walkie squad coming in, and oh, he didn't roll, but he's got a little walkie squad, and a squad inside of a rhino. So he just had his predator, his rhino, and his little assault squad come in. So everything's on the board now, or coming on the board, and he's got his little 2 troops coming in. He can come, basically, try and hold both of his objectives, or layer up on top of one of them, or something like that. So that's what we got going on. I know the Sanguinary Guard. You know, whiffing with so much of my shooting is a big deal on turn 4 because there's not a lot more turns to be shooting at people, which is kind of how the garden list starts to get an edge on you. Because, you know, just like the Dark Elder Prophet, you don't get a lot of time to shoot at them before they start chewing you up and doing mean things to you and jumping on your objective and stuff. So Longfings did nothing. These 10 Longfings shot at the dreadnought, not a single anything. Those 4 long things in there were pinned. So long things haven't done anything this game. So anyways, you know, this is how Gardenless works. It freaking goes right on the edge and hopes that you don't kill it with your shooting, and then starts to chew you to pieces. So, you know, Mephiston jumped in here, killed the Rune Priest, squad whiffed against him. You know, blue dice are freaking killing me today. They're rolling 1s to wound. That was pretty much it. Oh, over in the corner, you know, Death Company, of course, multi-charged the scouts and the long things. I had to move the scouts over there. They were my backup plan to kill the dreadnought. Otherwise, I was going to kind of screen my long things with them. So, you know, left flank crumbling didn't really work, but I'll be able to lead these freaking Death Company guys way over into this corner this turn. So they're not going to be contesting anything, I don't think. And that was it. You know, Mephiston killed things. Death Company killed things. He didn't really have anything to shoot. There was that one Stormbolter we talked about. And then, he blasted the hell out of this with the Predator. Weapon destroyed, immobilized, can't move, can't shoot, so he really put a number on those guys. Sanguinary Guard, though, just kind of walking around. You know, they're coming over here to be little contest monkeys, it looks like. So that's... Oh, they can actually score, so they could freaking clear out the middle objective and score it.
Well, it's 25% more.
There's also an objective over here that Mephiston's working his way to, that Sanguinary Guard could probably decide to go over there and score that one too. So, you know, the turn 4 whiff for the Space was really horrible, because I really kind of needed to kill Mephiston to really give myself a chance, or significantly wound the Death Company. I just had to shoot everything at that freaking dreadnought, because it's the only thing that'll stop me from taking this objective unless he murders this squad. You know? So there you go, Garden. Okay, we're at the bottom of 5. Oadius is doing his thing. You know, last turn he had his 2 troop squads come in on either side of the board within striking distance of his objectives. And so what the Space Wolves did in response is I just moved that Razorback in the far corner over there into the corner, and that's the closest thing to the Death Company, so they're going to have to chase after him. Nope, they should be able to get into combat with him unless he rolls really low on both of his rolls. Even if he has one low roll, he'll probably still make it. So that's that. Over in the corner, Death Company pretty much neutralized. You know, they killed a Razorback scout unit and Longfang unit, so not bad as far as that goes. Over on his objective, you know, he pounded into that Razorback with Predator, so those guys jumped out and didn't quite get far enough. I probably had 1 more inch, but I don't think it's enough anyways to actually contest that objective. But what I want to do is shoot my rapid fire shots over there on those guys, which I did, and I killed 1 or 2. And then same thing over here. My guy in the middle just jumped up, you know, right into the middle of his board. Rune Priest jumped out and shot at the squad, killed another guy with lightning, and then the 2 Meltas inside the Rhino nailed the Predator and killed it. Over here, these Longfangs finally got up off their ass and shot this Rhino dead, no problem, right through that window, just wrecked it. Odie didn't even have a chance at his cover save. And then, you know, back in this corner, so we're fighting in all 4 corners, really. You know, except for the back left, which he's definitely owned. But, you know, that's the Death Company that re-rolls everything. And Lamartes is alive with 1 wound over there. Well, does he have 2 wounds? So he has 1 left. You know, I shot a bunch of plasma and missiles over here. I killed a guy with a missile, but, you know, saw a bunch more 1s, so I had to change out my dice because they're just killing me. So that's it. You know, it's definitely been action-packed now that Odie's army's on the board, and we got quite a game going on. Really. Yeah, Oadius really needs it to end, because what he's going to do is probably take this objective. You know, I don't think he'll assault me. I kind of forgot it was turn 5. But I don't think he'll assault me over here. Over here, he'll move his guys just close enough to take this objective also. And, okay, Sanguinary Guard's just jumping over here, and they're scoring because of Dante. So, you know, they blow up this Rhino, and they should have no problem blowing up a single Rhino. And they score 1 objective, scores the 2nd objective, scores the 3rd objective, versus the 2 center Space Wolf objectives that we got scoring on back here. So that's the game. If it ends on 5, Odie should win. If it doesn't end on 5, I might be able to contest or clear out an objective, not sure. So let's hope it doesn't end, I guess. Alright, here we are, top of turn 6, which Odie doesn't like, of course, but still got a tough game going on here. So exactly what we talked about, you know, they jumped in on this objective, and, you know, their Infernus pistols didn't blow it up. They just destroyed the weapon and immobilized it, whatever. So he had to assault it. He assaulted it and wrecked it. so no problem there. Mephiston killed off the wolf guard that was holding him up, so no problem there. We kind of thought that would happen. Death Company murdered this thing back here, wrecked it, no problem. So what we got going on is we got, like we talked about, Odie's got this back objective right now with 3 fearless dudes. He's got this other objective with, is there 5 there? Yes. 5 of them. They're all hiding. And then he's got this middle objective with the Sanguine. So, you know, what we're going to try and do is put some Razorbacks in the right places so he has to kill 3 of them. Well, this one's immobilized, so that's not going to work. But it can still shoot. It can shoot its last cannon. So we're going to try and put these 2 Razorbacks in places where he has to kill them, and hopefully can't go over here and take these 2 objectives away from me. So maybe I'll end up 3-2 if I do it that way. That's kind of the plan. See what we can pull off, and then Oadius gets to go on another murderous turn. Alright, here we are. Turn 6, bottom turn 6 game ended. With the Space Wolves definitely sighing in relief because Death Company's coming back from the corner. So they're going to wreck that objective, no problem. Dante jumped over here, like we talked about, to contest and killed the troop unit, which I kind of thought would happen, but I needed to get all the plasma shots I could on Mephiston. You know, we took a look, and these missile launchers probably couldn't see Mephiston, but we had some over here that hadn't shot yet, so we'll just add them together, and probably the same difference. Maybe not, you know how the dice work. In here, Sanguine Guard definitely just... Did they pop it? Yeah, they shot it with 1 pistol hit and wrecked it.
Got a 4+1, yep.
Yeah. So, that's that.
Any other charges?
At the end of the turn, or end of the game, we end up with Grey Hunters on an objective, back on the left. Grey Hunters on objective towards the middle. Sanguine Guard on this other objective, you know, in the middle. And then we got Blood Legion, little tiny squad on the totem back there.
Constantly hiding.
So bottom 6 ends at with a tie, basically, 2-2. But definitely at turn 7 would have saw, you know, all these long fangs dead. Sanguine Guard could have got creative and done something else. I don't think Dante really needs to stay here and kill these guys. He could have went and killed someone else. It doesn't matter because he could have definitely cleared off at least 1 objective to win the game. And we rolled out some Rune Priest fun to see if he could chase this squad off with his lightning.
He got fucking close.
And he came close. I think he killed like 3 guys. He killed 3 guys.
And
then they rolled an 8 for their leadership out of 9. So that would have been kind of cool. You know, at turn 7 I would have maybe chased them off, but then he would have definitely...
A 1-inch run is all I need.
He would have cleared this objective, and that would have really been a win. For the most part. You know, I would have definitely ran in here with these guys and tried to kill the Sanguine Guard, which maybe I could have done. So that would have changed things a little bit too. It still would have been around 2 to... It would have been 2-1 then if I could do that, because the Death Company doesn't get to score. So those are things that could happen, but they didn't. So, you know, again, thanks everyone. Thanks for watching. It was a really awesome game, Odie. There's some really hardcore Space Wolf spam. It was Dawn of War, but didn't really impact the Longfangs at all because of the you know, reserve list that the Blood Angel are putting down on the board today. And really, turn 4, you know, the whole Space Wolf army whiffed against Mephiston and the Sanguine Guard and the Death Company. So that was a real decisive turn as far as setting up Oadius to really win the game on turn 5. And then turn 6, you know, I was able to put enough stuff in there that, you know, spam list, Oadius wasn't really able to clear it all out. And this is probably one of the first lists, you know, yeah, the Prophet list does really well too. But this is probably one of the first lists that's really put some heat on the Garden list as far as, you know, there's enough spam, there's enough Melta, there's enough plasma, there's enough missiles, there's enough troops that it's really hard for him to kill it all. You know, had it been kill points, totally different game, but it would have been an uphill battle the whole way for the Space Wolves. But it would have been a lot harder for Oadius to use these units back here to really leverage the board against me. Because I could have just, you know, you saw, turn 1 and 2, even 3, I expanded into the middle of the board, and then I pushed way past the middle of the board, which is not usual for most Space Wolf lists, and it's definitely not usual for the way I play the Wolf Brothers Space Wolf spam. So, again, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to Oadius. We're hanging out at Heroes Games and Hobbies. Having lots of fun.